I am Michael Kurosh. I live in Santa Barbara, California, one of the most beautiful places on earth. My design center is where people come to reimagine their homes and spaces. I work with the best designers, clients with broad tastes, and experts who navigate the fascinating world of design. I'm always excited to learn something new, and I never say no to a challenge. This is Design Santa Barbara. Welcome to Design Santa Barbara. I'm Michael Kurosh, and today we are taking a very special drive up the California coast to learn about the history and the design that has made the Golden State an icon. Let's go. Our journey today starts at the southernmost point of the California coast in San Diego. Known as the birthplace of California, San Diego is the site of the first European settlement on the Pacific coast. Here in 1542, Juan Rodriguez Cabrillo claimed the region for Spain and established what would come to be known as Alta California. Throughout the centuries, San Diego changed hands from Spain to Mexico to the California Republic and eventually the United States. Today, it is the 8th largest city in the US and is home to some of the most beautiful architecture on the West Coast. San Diego's San Isidro crossing, connecting the city of Tijuana, Mexico, is the fourth most used land border in the world and the most used in the Western Hemisphere. San Diego's distinctive Spanish Baroque building style comes from the 1915 Panama, California World Exposition. Many of these buildings can still be seen today in Balboa Park. San Diego is known for its world-class entertainment, including theme parks, museums, and its stylish gas lamp district. Downtown San Diego is a bustling metropolis with a modern skyline and seaport. Across a massive bridge, San Diego connects with Coronado Island. Here you will find the world-famous Hotel del Coronado. Opened in 1888, this grand structure served as the inspiration for L. Frank Baum's Emerald City in The Wizard of Oz. Baum lived across the island from the hotel and could see its lights from his porch. He even helped design the chandeliers in the hotel's dining room. The Hotel del Coronado can also be seen in the iconic Marilyn Monroe comedy, Some Like It Hot. San Diego is also known for its importance to the United States Navy. San Diego Bay is naturally deep, which makes the city ideal for submarines and larger vessels. As we continue up the coast from San Diego, we pass through several resort communities, including Del Mar, known for its iconic racetrack. Our drive features some of the most beautiful ocean views in the world as we head north towards Los Angeles. Crossing the demarcation line into Orange County means we are in one of the wealthiest communities in America. Here you will find Laguna Beach, Newport Beach, and Huntington Beach. These picturesque communities are havens for artists, surfers, and those seeking a calmer pace. Just north is the city of Anaheim. Once nothing more than orange groves, the development of Disneyland in the mid-1950s turned this quiet Los Angeles suburb into one of the most visited locations on earth. Disneyland now welcomes close to 20 million people annually. When we come back, we head deeper into Los Angeles to learn more about the history and design of this vast urban metropolis. Stay tuned, there is more Design Santa Barbara after the break. This week on Michael's Minute, we are going to talk about modern and transitional rugs. At Santa Barbara Design Center, we have over 1,000 modern and transitional rugs at any given time in various sizes and colors. A modern or transitional rug can completely transform your living space. It can make a cold room comfortable or balance out an uneven contrast. We can also custom make the modern rug of your dreams, designed to your specification, taste, and color. And at Santa Barbara Design Center, we can do it faster, better, for less. That's why the top designers in the world use our modern and transitional rugs. To see our vast collection or start designing your custom masterpiece, come visit us at Santa Barbara Design Center, 410 Olive Street. Welcome back to Design Santa Barbara. This week we are taking a drive up the California coast to learn more about its rich history and beautiful design. When we last left off, we were entering the city of Los Angeles. Heading into Los Angeles, we find ourselves at the port in Long Beach. This commercial hub is one of the busiest in the world and is the key transit point for a vast amount of America's imports and exports. This is also the location of the Queen Mary. Once one of the grandest ocean liners ever built, it is now permanently moored at the port of Long Beach and serves as a hotel and resort. Much like the Hotel del Coronado, the Queen Mary has frequently been used as a location for movies and television shows set on ocean liners. As we head farther up the coast into Los Angeles, we pass LAX, one of the busiest airports in the world, transporting over 88 million people annually. Heading north, we arrive at Santa Monica. Here at the entrance to the world-famous pier, we find what was once the beginning of the fabled Route 66. Or, if you were heading from Chicago, this was the end of the line. Going inland slightly puts us in one of the most iconic locations on Earth, Hollywood. With the iconic Walk of Fame, hand and footprints in cement, and those fabled studio gates, Hollywood is where the magic of the movies has been centered for over 100 years. Directly adjacent is Beverly Hills, home to the stars and some of the most expensive real estate imaginable. As we get back onto Highway 1, heading up the California coast, our next stop is Malibu. Formerly a quiet beach town, Malibu has become a center of fashion, cuisine, and luxury. From Malibu to Ventura County, you will find one of the most beautiful coastal drives you have ever seen. As we continue north, the urban sprawl of Los Angeles gives way to fields of agriculture. California is known as the breadbasket of America, providing more agricultural output than any other state in the Union. In this area, we start to encounter grape wines. The Central California Coast wine region produces some of the finest wines on the market today, including the delicate but powerful Pinot Noir. Our next stop on this journey up the coast is, of course, Santa Barbara. As we enter Santa Barbara, we pass through Montecito, with its incredible, sprawling estates that we have been so fortunate to feature on this show. Some are on the beach, while others hug the mountains. Many are simply stunning in design and feature incredible views as well. Entering Santa Barbara, I can't help but stop at my favorite spot, Santa Barbara Design Center. When we come back, we continue our journey up the coast, exploring the history and design of California. Stay tuned for more Design Santa Barbara after the break. How many times in the last year have you said to yourself, I really need a new sofa? Spending so much time at home lately, you deserve the most comfortable furniture. At Santa Barbara Design Center's massive showroom, we have numerous selections of sofas and sectionals that you can take home today. Or we can custom build your dream sofa. We make the most comfortable and stylish sofas and sectionals in the industry today. Just ask the top designers in Santa Barbara. They use our sofas and sectionals in their projects because they know clients are beyond satisfied with the results. For a decision as important as this, don't go online or buy from a catalog photo. Come into 410 Olive Street and let our experienced team help you find the perfect fit for your home. Trust me, you want to sit on it before you buy. Welcome back to Design Santa Barbara. This week we are exploring the history and design of the California coast. We started in San Diego and are now at the halfway point in beautiful Santa Barbara. If you watch this show, you know how much I love Santa Barbara. We have had the pleasure of exploring its architecture, history, design, and so much more. Taking a drive through Santa Barbara never gets old for me. We are so lucky to call this place home. Heading farther up the coast from Santa Barbara, we find ourselves deeper in wine country. This area was made famous by the Academy Award-winning film Sideways. It is also known for its connection to space exploration over the last 60 years. Vandenberg Space Force Base is the primary West Coast launch site for NASA and more recently SpaceX. The missile ranges were visited by President Kennedy in the early days of the space race, and in recent years, Elon Musk has been seen watching his company's rocket launches and landings. Vandenberg was once also going to be the site of space shuttle launches, but the loss of the Challenger shuttle in the 1980s caused that plan to be cancelled. Continuing up the coast, we will find ourselves passing through Santa Maria, namesake of its famous tri-tip barbecue. Be sure to try some while you are there. Farther up the coast is a mixture of agriculture and small surf communities, leading to one of the most impressive architectural feats of the 20th century. On the coast near San Simeon, we pass by Hearst Castle, built by media magnate William Randolph Hearst and designed by Julia Morgan. This vast estate once played host to the world's biggest names. Today it's a museum and historical center. Our next stop on this incredible journey is Big Sur. This epic stretch of highway actually attracts the same number of annual visitors as Yosemite National Park and is known for its rugged, rocky coastlines and lengthy hiking trails. From Big Sur, we find ourselves entering Monterey Bay. Here, visitors can enjoy fresh seafood on Cannery Row and trace the footsteps of iconic authors such as Jack London and John Steinbeck. Not far from Monterey is Carmel. This village is known for its tranquility. It is the site of several spas and is a frequent getaway spot for visitors from both Northern and Southern California. On the other side of Monterey Bay is Santa Cruz. Here you will find the boardwalk made famous by the cult classic 80s film The Lost Boys. Just a short drive from Santa Cruz, we enter San Francisco Bay. Last season, we explored the history and design of this beautiful city and its surrounding regions. I encourage you to check it out. Crossing the Golden Gate Bridge and heading towards Northern California, we have 2 stops left on our road trip. In Napa Valley, you will find the Northern California complement to Central California's wine region. There are countless wineries where you can stop in and sample some varietals. Lastly, as we head towards the border with Oregon, we find the iconic California redwoods. These ancient trees are massive in size and can only be truly appreciated by walking through them yourselves. Naturally, there are more locations up and down the California coast that we didn't have time to visit. But what makes that exciting is knowing you can go find them yourself. So, what are you waiting for? Take a road trip. Have an adventure. You will be glad you did. I hope you have enjoyed this journey up the California coast. We will be right back with more Design Santa Barbara after the break. This week on Michael's Minute, we're going to be talking about my favorite subject, rugs. Every designer will tell you to start from the rug up. It's the key. We have personally curated a rug collection of thousands, and with over 100 combined years of design experience, we can help you find the perfect rug for your space. And if you absolutely have to look online, go to santabarbaradc.com or rugsamore.com, find the perfect rug, then come in here and see it in person. I will gladly show it to you myself. And with all our rugs 50% off, our prices can't be beat. Come into 410 Oliver Street and let us help you find your rug. Welcome to Design Santa Barbara. I'm Michael Kurash, and today we are in Santa Barbara Design Center. Today we are heading to Montecito to tour a historic home that just has been redesigned by my good friend and noted designer Susan Shan. I'm looking forward to seeing how Susan has reinvented this classic space. Good morning, Susan.
Good to see you.
How are you?
Welcome.
Good to see you.
So, come and see our beautiful home.
It's fantastic. It's just the drive was so beautiful out here, and the whole driveway and this historic garden. Tell me a little bit about it. So
this garden was not a garden years ago when the owner bought this. It was really just dirt. And it was dead trees everywhere. So when we walk around, you'll see how beautiful these gardens now are. And he worked very hard to get a well and found one deep down, and now this beautiful gardens that go on and on, which are over almost 3 acres.
In California,
yeah,
hitting a nice well that has water is like hitting the
oil.
Gold
right.
strike.
It's like
yes.
oil. So when you are out in the beautiful home outside, 1910, I believe this was built. And so a lot of this had to be redone, and you'll see as we walk through. A lot of these light fixtures are all antiques that I had wired with a true candle inside with a flicker. So at night these go on, you have like an actual little flicker gas light going on. It's so lovely. They're all electrified.
I saw this fantastic oak tree that had real lanterns hanging at
yeah,
it.
same
What's the deal
thing.
with that?
Well, these are beautiful now. This oak was a little sorry for its site years ago, but the owner has brought it back to its beautiful restoration. And the lanterns are throughout the property. You'll notice throughout when we go front and back. At nighttime, this place is magical. You think it's magical now? Nighttime.
I will come for dinner.
Come back at night, yes.
All right, love to see what you have inside.
Let's go inside.
Let's go.
Come on in, Michael.
Oh, this house looks so fantastic.
So where do we begin? I guess we begin right here in the entry.
It's a beautiful entry.
Okay, so look at how close we came to this. This is kind of a fun concept. It just about makes
Oh,
it.
you clear it by almost.
That's a designer's nightmare right there. Anyway, this is a brand new chandelier. The whole entryway has been repurposed and refocused. This is your beautiful rug. Thank you for this. I love this.
I love
And
rugs.
the antique bench with the black and white feeling.
Mix up the same colors.
And then, of course, as you go up the stairs, there had been white there before and it was getting very dirty, so now we played off of the same pattern in this bench and did that same lovely pattern going up those stairs. And these are fun. So what these are, it's a father and son team that have collected nests and feathers from birds all over Southern California, and they focus in tightly on these beautiful pieces of art and have created these wonderful art
They're on
pieces
papyrus,
for us.
right?
Yeah, it's
They
just
look beautiful.
It's very, the gardens here are filled with birds, so it really makes the most sense to do something like this as you're welcoming to this beautiful home.
Very nice.
So, shall we go into the living
I want
room?
to see that living room.
Okay, let's go in the living room.
Oh my goodness. You want to move in here and never move out?
I do, and partly it's because of you. This rug is fantastic. Tell me about the history of this.
This is one of my favorite rugs of all time. This is an old Ushak, which you picked, by the way, makes the room, I understand, is all beautiful designs, has like little turtles, little serrated leaf and lotus flowers, and it's the base of a room. I mean, you're a fabulous designer, and that's why you picked that.
Well, the colors, and I think I ended up matching the fireplace to your rug, because the fireplace, it was old craftsman fireplace, but this house deserved something more contemporary, more grander. So we did Santa Barbara stone cuttings and hand placed all of the stones in this fireplace, and it's just, it warms up the room, obviously, both physically and emotionally, and we love that.
Makes it a lot warmer and richer,
to bring a little fur fliccati into the room for fun.
Beautiful.
The artwork in this room is interesting as well. So Lisa Christine is an artist. She's a fine art photographer that the owner has discovered in Northern California. And she's very well known. If you Google her, the Pope has endorsed her. She's got a fabulous charity which she works with women all over the world from enslavement. And so she's a great source. And so he has pieces of her fine art photography from all over the world all throughout this house. So as we walk through, you'll see some of these pieces are remarkable.
Yeah, I brought a lot of ethnic pieces into this room that actually gives a soul to it. This is a very modern, rich, and light room, but at the same time has beautiful patina of the age, and I like things that they have history to tell. When you go to places, some designers, they use modern crafts and cold items. To me, it's beautiful, but temporary. This thing, look at this, it's beautiful. The items you pick, it's just fantastic.
Well, it warms us up. It makes us feel like we're part of the universe and age. And this home, being built in 1910, it needs to go back a little bit in time. So I'd love to take you into the library.
Yeah, please.
But before we go in there, I need to talk to you about these amazing wooden sculptures.
They're wooden?
Well, they're not really wooden, so I kind of misled you there. They're made out of paper. So there's a famous artist named Amigo Totoros he's from Brazil. And they believe in sustainability for the land, and his whole culture about this is that he takes cardboard and he pulps it to the point of pulp, waters it down, and then creates these amazing masterpieces and lies them out in the sun so they bake and they become hardened like this.
Oh, no kidding.
And they're just such beautiful pieces of art, and they're made out of cardboard.
They look like they're a stone or something. It's amazing.
So it's all about his sustainability of the earth and the planet.
Beautiful.
So I love the whole feeling about that with the rest of what's happening in this home.
Nice.
So let's go in the library.
Love to, please.
Let's read some books.
Okay, this is a nice room.
So this is your room. I mean, you helped me make these gorgeous swivel chairs that I love, that are the most comfortable.
I love those. They look actually your design, but they're beautiful.
But this is the room that he lives in, and it's one of his favorites. The books here and the beautiful artwork again from Lisa Christine. This piece right here, the tiger's looking right at the camera when she took this, and the calmness of the Buddhist with the tiger is so zen-like.
That's amazing.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, it is wild.
Wild, it is wild.
It is wild. I like what you did here. You have this beautiful feathered shield it is. What is it?
That is actually an African juju. It's worn as a hat in Africa.
That's nice for dancing, probably. Ceremonial. And the rug you picked, that actually, I was wondering where you're going to use it in this house, and it is here. It's fantastic.
I could take my shoes off in this and do a little jig. It's so comfortable.
Beautiful. You have a Burmese rain drum. That's nice looking. And I was looking at that beautiful.
Tell us about that, because you probably know the history. The owner found that and brought that back, I think,
from India. Yeah.
Right?
These are made of little pieces of bone that they get from dead camel, and then they cut the bone, and then they painted these Mughal paintings all over it. I've actually never seen this big or this detailed. It's a fantastic piece.
So interesting, and you can sit and sort of tell the whole story.
It tells the whole story of, rich, very wealthy Mughal prince or, sultan going on a camel on a trip. Beautiful.
And then lots of poofs for comfort. And we can move these around into the living room.
You transformed this house completely.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
Thank you.
I didn't tell you, but I had been here 20-some years ago when the original owners had it, and that was more like a farmhouse.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful.
It's changed.
Did a fantastic job.
So Michael, let me tell you about this powder room. It's become now one of the favorite rooms in the house. Guests go in there and they don't come out again. This was all done and redone by pulling out the old tile and restructuring this and putting in all this great teak wood tile. And the wallpaper is a papyrus that's been filling the rest of the wall. And if you kind of take yourself over to the sink, that's a petrified wood sink. They told me it's about 300 years old, so I know it's going to last a lot longer than this house will. And we've matched the teak on top there with the countertop. It's a beautiful slab of soiree wood, and then a custom mirror as well, made out of that same type of wood. And even down to the handles on the sink itself are old industrial wrought iron, beautifully done by Ferguson. And then the base of the table itself was also created in mind, taking that into account, the same matching of the handles. So This bathroom at night, and I gotta tell you, those lights up there by Cisco, when I turn one around, you'll see how special it is, but they're a wonderful light. They put out a pixelated light at nighttime in here that's just, it's magical. So, fun little room to stop in when you need to take a break, so to speak. Let's go in the kitchen.
Okay, this is my favorite room in any house. You know that, right? Kitchen and dining rooms. I don't care about the rest.
Because you like to eat.
That's it?
So this in here is the original picture of this home back in 1910.
1910. And you can see there was nothing around here.
No, and look at the home. So Dr. James and Mary Ashby owned this property. There were actually 13 some odd acres here. This is now only 2 acres, but it was subdivided. And when they first had this, that
explains the Ashley Road.
Yeah, Ashley
that was
Road.
the first residence here.
Could you imagine living
think
here
about
then?
it.
Well,
wow.
It's still as beautiful as it was then, now. So we're lucky to be living in
I
this.
actually think it looks a little bit nicer today.
I think you're right.
All right, so let's talk about the kitchen a little bit.
So I was going to take you over to this wonderful table that was made by Santa Barbara Stone. I liked the legs on the table, and then we ended up forming it with that piece of stone, 42-inch round, and those chairs that swivel and could be pulled all over the house.
Oh yeah, those are nice chairs. They're very comfortable to sit in. And what about the beautiful chairs you have on there? Yeah.
This is a sleep. This is a great spot to just hang, read a book in the morning with your fun lamp, and then just partake of the entire garden from that space.
Oh my God, this is when, I can imagine myself. I had the kids cook something and then I eat too much of it and I lay there and I cannot move. I love what Susan has done here. She has taken a historic location and brightened it up, reinventing it for another century. Susan is always a pleasure to work with, and I can't wait to see what project she has for us next.